Clinton's sickening sexual secret just found on her laptop that investigators took. Ellie Weissman for M-Political reports that this week New York Police Department detectives and sources who worked on the underage child pornography case against Anthony Weiner confirmed that the laptop, which was seized from the former congressman, contained proof that Hillary Clinton did in fact know that he was engaging in a long sexual relationship with a minor and did absolutely nothing to alert any state or federal authorities to protect the 15-year-old girl. Not blowing the whistle on a serial sexter allowed Weiner to keep sexting the minor child for approximately another 4 months. Unbelievable. Now, while Crooked Hillary was busy campaigning to be the next president of the United States with Anthony Weiner's wife, Huma Abedin, and Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman, Weiner was at home busy sending the 15-year-old online porn and divulging his sick rape fantasies to that minor girl. And then to make matters even worse, it's been confirmed that Anthony Weiner also apparently talked on the telephone with the girl multiple times during this time. So now it's the part that's truly sickening. Instead of rescuing the minor from the sex-obsessed predator Anthony Weiner, Hillary Clinton, who was the fake Democratic presidential candidate at the time and the eventual frontrunner just waiting to be crowned president, she counseled her longtime aide Huma Abedin to end her relationship with him because of the bad publicity and the fact that it could eventually harm her campaign, not because of the well-being of a minor. Clinton and Huma Abedin apparently discovered Weiner's sexting with the minor in April of 2016. By that time, it had been confirmed that he had already been texting with the minor for months. The champion of women, Hillary Clinton, and Weiner's own wife, Abedin, did absolutely nothing to stop the abuse of the minor. Instead, they conveniently decided to remain quiet. At least, she didn't refer to this poor girl as a bimbo, as she did with all those other women who accused her husband back in the 90s. So this is a very, very startling revelation. Proof has now come out. Hillary Clinton had full knowledge of this sexting scandal as far back as last year, long before it became a major problem for the campaign. And she let it happen, did nothing to protect this girl. So this blows my mind. I mean, I guess it really doesn't. This is Hillary Clinton, you know. She lets her husband go on and do these things. Of course, she's going to turn her head while Anthony
or anybody associated with Russia.
Our source is not a state party, so the answer for our interactions is no.
You did not get this information about the DNC, John Podesta's emails. Can you tell the American people 1,000% you did not get it from Russia or
Yes.
anybody associated with Russia?
We can say, we have said repeatedly over the last 2 months that our source is not the Russian government and it is not a state party.
Let's not forget the deep state has infiltrated the Republican Party and is out to get President Trump. WikiLeaks revealed in December what we've all been saying for some time now. The grand old party is full of traitors and Clinton cronies, and they've been working day and night to ruin President Trump. Paul Ryan, Carly Fiorina, John Kasich, Lindsey Graham, and John McCain were all named in the latest WikiLeaks release, and apparently were in the tank to not only ensure Trump lost the election, but to undermine him if he won, and that's exactly what they're doing. This is a clear-cut case of treason, and should be treated as such. These traitors should be immediately rounded up and removed from office. The sheer audacity and treacherous nature of these wretched people is almost unfathomable. Your Newswire website reports that, in an email from John Podesta to Huma Abedin, the pair discussed diverting Clinton campaign funds to various Republicans who were secretly on the Clinton payroll. Conservative Daily Post.com reports on this. The email sent in July of this year describes how funds were being diverted from Clinton's campaign to the super PACs of Jeb Bush, Carly Fiorina, and John Kasich. According to the email, JB, CF, and JK PACs will be noticeably silent for the rest of the campaign. Each will receive a significant allowance from advertising budget. HRC is in the loop and has talked to all three personally. Eyes only. Other emails that surfaced, but do not refer to anything other than title, have also surfaced that raised eyebrows. It seems at a glance that the Clinton Foundation, or as I'm calling it the Pantsuit Mafia, has bought off several key members of the Republican Party to push the Clinton agenda. Such as, he is on board, will retract the invitation to speak. Eyes only. This email was dated days before Speaker of the House Paul Ryan withdrew the invitation to Donald Trump to speak at an event in Wisconsin. Even though we do not have the smoking gun to say it was him, no other logical conclusion can be assumed. Other emails hint at the money being moved to Republican elected officials in the House and Senate. For instance, FEC reports shows that 2 large donations from PACs and private sources late early October went to John McCain, right after he attacked Trump, publicly criticized Trump. That happened shortly after a slew of emails concerning moving money to support one candidate and move support from another. Shortly thereafter, his challenger in this tight race, Kirkpatrick, lost several key donors and money and support lessened from the DNC and the DSCC in the last few weeks of the race. The thing to note is that McCain is one of the lead sponsors of a committee to investigate any Russian influence into the election. Senator Lindsey Graham, another outspoken critic of Donald Trump and briefly candidate for president from July to December, also it seems received help from the Clintons. An email that simply states, "cleared the road for him in 2020, could mean that there will be no strong or supported Democrat in the South Carolina Senate race when Graham is up for re-election. As with McCain, Graham has publicly called for a look into the Russian influence in the election. There were a lot of politicians who were opposed to Donald Trump. These in particular all share a common bond. However, Trump humiliated them on stage in front of hundreds of millions of people around the world. This is more than just politics or conscientious objecting. This was revenge. Not just revenge. This is out and out treason. Our representatives took an oath to support our Constitution and its laws for our benefit, not this. This is why gridlock is prevalent in DC. The treachery and the corruption are on both sides of the coin. Unfortunately, there is no way of knowing who the true Republicans are and who are the ones that are fronts for the Clinton machine, the Pantsuit Mafia. The number of emails is too overwhelming to easily sift through them all to find all of the turncoat rhinos. We must be diligent to ferret out those that have sold their souls for power. The only hope that we have for transparency of the Clintons anytime soon rests in an audit carried out by the eyes. Behold, in recent days there is a call to impeach the commissioner of the eyes. Interesting times we live in, to be sure. Only time and work on our part will push this audit forward. Even though Hillary lost the presidency, she is still a power behind the scenes with these revelations. With her Democratic allies in Pelosi and Schumer, and her Republican lackeys in the form of Ryan and other Republicans, she will set the agenda and pull the strings. We the people will have no idea who is on our side and who is not. For the Clintons, it will mean that, even though the American people are supporting Trump and making America great again, they will set the agenda. We will be left scratching our heads and wondering how the grand old party and Trump cannot accomplish anything. Clinton will be in control without having to ever show her hand or be responsible to the people. The Soros Clinton team will have killed the republic, and we will never know until it is too late. This Russian news story perhaps is the ultimate coup for the Clinton camp. She does not even have to be the winner of the Electoral College vote to have gained power. Should enough electors defect to Hillary or name another candidate in their votes, then that could throw the vote into the House and Senate. The suspicious part of this simply is this: on January 20th the new president will be inaugurated. The Constitution in the 25th Amendment spells out the line of succession. If there is still not a picked president, the vice president shall become President Kane or Pence. If the Senate has not picked a vice president by noon on the 20th, the Speaker of the House shall become president. Coincidence? The Roman Republic lasted for centuries in the hands of the people, before falling to become the Roman Empire. That change did not happen by a foreign invasion or foreign intrigue. No barbarian or forceful enemy defeated that republic over 2,000 years ago. It was defeated from the inside by the treachery of the Senate and the blood of the slain Julius Caesar. Just as Caesar was stabbed in the back by men he thought were his allies, Trump is facing the same treachery. In the coming days and months, without our help and diligence, President Trump may also be gasping